With Dez Bryant's injury, the Dallas Cowboys are faced with a unique opportunity. And for those Dallas Cowboy fans that truly believe that the Cowboys can be a legitimate Super Bowl contender, Dez Bryant's injury can potentially be a real blessing. Now, initially this sounds ludicrous, but to be a Super Bowl contender, you have to have certain things associated with your team that are unique to them, things that you do well. So the Dallas Cowboys, obviously without Dez Bryant, are missing their number one wide receiver, their go-to guy. Well, the Cowboys are now faced where they are forced to run. And now they had a very balanced offensive game plan week one against the Giants. But as to who will lead this backfield, they say it's by committee. Now, when it comes down to the fourth quarter and certain situations, you really have to have a number one back where you feel can be on the field for 3 downs in terms of hurry-up offenses, in terms of taking advantage of what the defense gives you. Now, this gives Dallas an opportunity to check out all of the running backs they have. So by the time Dez Bryant returns, Dallas will be forced to hammer out their running game to the point where Christine Michael might be the answer. You'll figure out what Joseph Randle has. Will Darren McFadden still be injured or not be? Maybe he established himself as the number one. This gives Dallas the opportunity to really focus on their running game because they're forced to now. They don't have Dez Bryant there. Teams are going to be trying to figure out now offensively, how do we dominate this line? Will Terrence Williams establish himself as the number one? You have to look at all of the other things outside of Dez Bryant that you have to have if you legitimately want to contend for a Super Bowl. They have to figure out who's going to be their guy, even if he's only in for 65-70% of the snaps, maybe even lower, maybe even close to just 50-55%, and 2-3 other backs make up the additional 40-45%. But you have to figure out who's your go-to guy. Can Terrence Williams, with this added reps, make himself into be a number one wide receiver or just a very, very good number two for when Bryant returns? You can't just focus on one receiver. You have to have at least a good number two. Maybe this gets Jason Witten going and reestablishes himself, although he's always been a very consistent, prominent force and is one of the best overall tight ends in the history of the NFL. Defensively, they're going to have to control the ball even more now. So with Greg Hardy and Rolando McClain coming back, maybe they generate a pass rush because they have to put pressure now as a defense on the opposing offense because they don't have Dez Bryant that can just go downfield and get you back in a game with an insane 40-yard catch. Greg Hardy might be able to establish that pass rush. Maybe their front seven can stop the run, things they've had problems with in the past. This gives Dallas a unique opportunity to figure themselves out as a football team so that if you are able to do so, when Dez Bryant comes back, you have all of the things in place and now added your star wide receiver to make a legitimate run, to be a complete football team, as close to that as they can be. So it will be tough, but if we look at the NFC East, Washington Redskins aren't winning that division. The New York Giants looked like a total mess in terms of clock management. The Dallas secondary held the Giants' offense in check. They did a very good job. They play Philadelphia this week. So if Dallas can come out of there with a win, or at least with Philadelphia losing their week one matchup, put together a very serviceable game, going forward, Dallas will only improve every week as they figure out everyone else on the roster, what they can and cannot do with the amount of volume that they're going to get. Because everyone's going to get more reps now that Dez Bryant's out. Offensively, defensively, everyone's job now is just that much more important. So Dallas will figure themselves out as a football team, and if they can do so when Dez Bryant comes back, they will be that much better. But that's just my opinion. I want to know what you guys think. Please leave your comments down below. This is Evo with All Things Sports, and I'll see you guys later.